What up, YouTube? Young Black, as you already know. I'm gonna do a quick review video for Brink. As you can see, I got the PS3 version, so I ain't playing online, so I can't tell you much about how the online plays. Well, I could tell you a little bit since the single player is basically online with AI bots. That's basically what the single player is, which is to me, I like that. I don't mean it's not a bad thing. I mean the AI is not all that great, which I know you probably heard a lot of people saying the AI is not all that great, and it's not. Um, the game works off of it's real tactical and it's really objective based. I mean, to the point that there could be more than one objective going on at one time, and you wouldn't even know unless you have the proper class to do the objective. Like you can see all the objectives, but you might have to go switch to an engineer to go repair a crane or that type of stuff. But you don't have to do that. You can have one of your AI buddies and let them do that, and you just stick with another objective that's more toned towards whatever your role is. You know what I mean? But the AI is not all that good, so sometimes the objectives will just sit there and they'll just struggle to get to them, especially if you put the difficulty up, because I'm not playing online. I put the difficulty up on hard to try to make it a little bit more realistic and competitive. And what I'm noticing is the characters are like superhuman when you put it on hard. That's my daughter in there screaming. She's watching Dora. Uh, but the game is really, really good. I mean, I like it. I mean, I don't know. Everybody's not going to like it. I know that. I could tell because there's a lot of stuff that's not perfect and that's not up to par. Like the graphics could be a little better. The controls are a little sluggish. The AI could be a little bit better. They could tell the story a little bit better. But besides all of that, I like everything else. I mean, I like the character. I'm in love with the character design for this game. I mean, I love it. I mean, I love it. It's real gritty and dirty and dingy. I mean, they got one part. They got one type of skin for a character, which I use for my character, where he's all cut up and it looks like he's been through war. And he's got like bandages covering the cuts, like he's just trying to keep himself together, type of thing. But he looks like he's been in heavy, heavy combat. And I just thought that was really unique that you can actually make him look that messed up. I mean, and it really looks like he's cut. I mean, you can see into the wounds, and some of them have like this little. I don't know if it's like a yellow nasty tint. It almost looks like he's gonna get an infection or something in the cuts. It looks really really good. The level of detail they put into the character customization, and you have to level up before you can access all the clothes and all of that type of stuff. So you're gonna do a lot of playing. So if you're not playing online, if you're like me and you bought the PS3 version, don't complain. Just do the best you can. Wait for PSN. It'll be on soon. We'll be rocking soon. All right. I'm not jealous of the Xbox guys. More power to them. Go ahead and enjoy it. Play it online early. It's no problem. I'll be patient now. I'll wait. You know what I mean? Because I got the better system and I'm loyal to Sony. I mean, we were attacked because we was the better system. You know what I mean? That's why we were attacked. First they jailbroke the PS3, put it on YouTube. Then the guy got in trouble. He's a hacker with other hackers behind him. So now they attack PS3 to basically get Sony back for going after GeoHot. Well, if PS3 wasn't a beastly system, he wouldn't have wanted to jailbreak it in the first place. The reason why he jailbroke it was to unleash all the power the PS3 had so you can do stuff that Sony didn't want you to do. So that right there in itself just says that the PS3 is a stronger system. I mean, hands down, the PS3 is a stronger system. Hands down. I mean, that's why we're going through all of this, because the system is such a powerful system. I mean, he opened up the system and just let all the power out and showed people on YouTube how to do it. So of course Sony was going to say something, you know. But besides that, back to Brink. The story mode in the game is really cool too. I like how there's two different stories from two different perspectives. You're either playing as a rebel or you're playing as Arc Security. I'm not going to go too deep in the story. Well, I might tell you a couple things. It's basically the end of the world. Global warming has changed the surface of the earth so bad that the water levels have risen, which has covered whole cities and killed hundreds of thousands of people and left people destitute without anywhere to live. Now, before all of this happened, the government had an experimental project called ARC, which is like a self-sustainable city where all the resources inside the city are sustainable, that they'll just keep growing and keep replenishing themselves, so that you can just live forever. You don't have to worry about water source or land to grow food. They have something set up where it's just going to keep growing food. It's going to keep making fresh water, and it's just going to supply everything you need for a human to survive. So first of all, it's a city. Now you got to think there's what 7 billion people on the planet, and this starts to happen, and there's one city that's supposed to be the only human city that's going to survive all of this. You know what I mean? So it's really crazy that people are going to try to want to either break in. But it's weird to me that in the story, though, because the rebels are trying to break out, because they're saying, because what's happening is so many people have come to the ark that now it's overpopulated, and what's going to happen is that they're saying that since they're pushing the ark so hard, that the machinery is so advanced that they can't even repair it. It's breaking down, and it's making it harder to sustain life even on the ark. So they opened up the ark to let the people in, so that they didn't want to leave them outside dead, so they started letting people in. And when they let the people in, it was the right thing to do, the human thing to do, but it made more pressure for the ark. They have to work overtime and double time, and it's starting to break down. So now the rebels are saying, well, why don't we just take what resources we can gather from the ark, and do an expedition and leave the ark and try to find life outside and see if we can make it sustainable outside. Now, the people who made the ark aren't allowing this. They're telling the rebels that no, nobody's allowed to leave the ark. We all have to stay together to sustain the ark, or it'll break down. Like they have to have every person in there basically has a job or something that should be doing. You know what I mean? To make sure that they're sustaining life for the human race, so that we don't go extinct. So it's either save the ark and try to repair it. That's what the security story is. Or if you play as a rebel, it's fighting the so-called oppressors, the people who are in charge on the ark, and you're fighting to get off the ark, to leave the ark, and try to find things yourself. And the story gets even deeper than that. I mean, there's not a lot of good storytelling through the game. Like they show you cutscenes, and the cutscenes basically are what's happening immediately, the main mission, and they're talking about stuff that happened. Most of the storytelling is being told through just a voice on a loading screen. So I was like, that's kind of not cool. And then they give you more backstory through audio logs. I'm happy your story is there. I just wish they could have presented it to you better. And this was a highly anticipated game. Did it live up to the hype? Not really. Is it still a really good, unique experience? Yes, it's really a unique experience. You know what I mean? And that's my word too. 'Cause that's my girl's name. You know what I mean? So it's worth it. I'm telling you, go get Brink. It's a good game. It's not going to be for everybody. You know what I mean? It's not going to be for everybody. I mean, it's going to be for you guys who, if you like time splitters back in the day, you're going to like Brink. Because that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of time splitters with just better movement. Now, that was another thing they made really big in Brink. They started saying, or they were talking about, that they were going to have this special type of movement where you could hop over rails and free run and run up walls. And, it looked really crazy when they showed it to us, right? It doesn't feel that crazy when you play it. I think it was really over exaggerated. Like, the game is still fun, but to me the running over the poles and sliding and all that stuff, it's not that big of a deal. To me, I just played Crisis, and basically everything I can do in this game I can do in Crisis. I can run and slide on the floor and knock people down like they have that in Crisis. You can run and you slide and you can shoot at the same time. You can do that in this. But if you run and you slide and you slide into somebody, you knock them down. They do that in Crisis. They also do that in this too. I mean, it's not really an original getting over and under system like I thought it was gonna be. I thought the game would basically you hold the run button down is how it works, and the game figures out what you're trying to do. So if you're holding the run button down and you don't let go of it and you run into an object, the game is basically going to make you go over it or under it. So it's basically you just holding forward and run. It's not like you have to press anything extra cool or make them do something extra or nothing. So it doesn't feel like you have full control over it. But it still feels cool that it's something a little extra that's not in the average shooter. That either you can just run around or crouch and shoot in most of these shooters and throw grenades. I mean, the running and the sliding aspect, I'm liking that they're incorporating that into shooters now because it brings a little bit of an added layer of speed and accuracy to it because you can shoot and do all this stuff too. So it adds more accuracy to the game really because you have to be really accurate to do all this stuff and aim at the same time. So that's really cool. Another thing cool about Brink is when you make your character, you make two different versions of the same character. At least I think that's how it works. Or you can, I don't know if you can make your security character and your rebel character different from each other. I think they the same character, just playing two like what if stories, like what your character's playing security or you're playing arc, but it's gonna be the same guy. I'm not sure about that though, because I've only been playing the rebel side so far. Another cool thing is the perks. They have perks that is set up more like a role-playing game to me. Like they unlock depending on stuff you do in the game, like headshots, or you escorted a bunch of people, or you help build a control tower 5 times or something. I'm just saying random stuff. Not all of that is stuff that gives you perks. Some of it is, but not all of it. But the perks are really cool from being able to run and cook a grenade, or upgrading your ammo so that you got extra ammo, or the armor piercing rounds rather. What else do they have? You can unlock flashbangs, unlock weapons, whole weapons. You can actually customize the weapons, and you can customize how the ammo is dispersed to the weapon, which is really neat to me. So I can decide if I have a assault rifle, I can decide whether I want the assault rifle to have, standard assault rifle clip, which probably is like 16 or like 25 shots between those two, I believe, or I could give it a barrel clip like the Mafia or some shit and just let off, and now I got like 100 rounds in this motherfucker, and I could just let off, and it gives you that choice. I don't like that they got colored skins on the weapons, though. That's not my thing. I wish the weapons were just like either gunmetal or gray or something. I don't like that they got like red and like fatigue military color. I'm not into that. I want my guns to look like guns, not like toys. That shit looks like super soakers to me or something. Or remember those guns back in the day that shot the ink on people and people would go crazy and then you look, the ink would disappear on their shirt, but it would be like a fatigue orange gun. That's what this shit looks like to me. I don't like that, but the character design is so cool. It seems like they looked at a lot of games when they made this game. You know what I mean? You could tell they looked at Time Splitters. If you look at the character design, the way their bodies are like elongated, they got long faces and long arms, and you know what I mean. And if they're just funny shaped, that's the same type of character design that they used on Time Splitters. Same exact type of character design, and I loved it then, and I still love it now. And Time Splitters it was an awesome game. You know what I mean? So this game is pretty awesome too, man. I like it a lot, but I can understand, people aren't gonna like it. It doesn't stand toe to toe with Crysis. It doesn't stand toe to toe with what's the other good shooter? Call of Duty. You know what I mean? It's just one of the other shooters that came out this year, and it's passable. If you just want to sit down and have a couple beers, like I say this all the time, it's just one of those type of games. It's not like you want to sit there and be okay. Let me make sure I'm awake and turn the lights down and pay really close attention. It's not one of those type of experiences. I mean, you can go that deep into it. I am with the story because I play alone. So I'm really looking at everything, the story, the graphical detail, all that type of stuff. And you can tell there's going to be updates for this game too, because some stuff just has to be fixed. So I can't wait for the PSN to come back up. Like the shotgun, oh my God, the enemies when the AI uses the shotgun, I mean, they could be like 20 or like 30 feet away from you with the shotgun, like a good distance, and they still kill you like they're up close. I mean, this thing has like super damage on it, man. It's so strong, it's irritating, and you get killed by it all the time. Like most of the time, every time I die is from a shotgun. I don't get killed by rifles because they gotta lay down fire on you to wivel your health down before they can kill you. The shotgun just takes chunks of your health off, boom, boom, and you're dead. That's it. The rifle is like da 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 da, and then you can just take cover for a minute and let your bar go back up. Brace yourself, cover your teammates again, and that's also a big detail of Brink. If you do not play this like a team game, you will die. You will die because even if you're playing the AI is really good enough about sticking together that you see that they're doing things like going, like if you have a good cover position, like on a bunch of guys coming up the stairs, they'll go all the way around the map to flank you, to find a way to stop you from doing what you're doing. So there's good things about this game. I think it's going to be like MAG, and they're just going to do a lot of updates for it until it's where they want it to be. Real gamers stand up. Go buy Brink.